up, everyone? It is your girl, Gelbeauty-QM here, aka Grace, honey. And I got a huge little bag of dupes. So, we have this Demi Glow highlighter from Fenty, and I'm going to be battling it up against the Hourglass ones because they look like they're supposed to be a kind of similar concept, but I feel like, to be honest, it's definitely going to give more volume, if you will. I have two shades. I have this color pop one that I feel like is going to be really similar to the shade Yum Rum, so I wanted to swatch both those. But the shade we're going to test alongside one of the shades from Hourglass is probably going to be the Rich Honey shade. But I'll swatch all of them with you all to see. Then I have to battle this setting spray from e.l.f. of course up against the Hydro Grip setting spray from Milk, because they just coming and duping everybody. I felt like this bronzer from Sephora looks really similar to my bronzer from Dior, so I want to try both those side to side and just see how similar they are and if my opinion was right or not. Here's what both of those look like side by side. This one actually looks darker than the Dior one, so we'll see how that goes. But I feel like the formulas might be similar, so I wanted to try them out by side and see. As you can see, my Dior one is well loved. And then the lipstick dupe I've been talking to you all about forever has finally arrived. This is the Essence Hydra Matte Lipstick up against the Westman Atelier Lip Suede Matte Lipstick. But it claims to be hydrating, if you all remember. I read, and that's when I told you I wanted to compare these two. So we're going to do all that today. So it's nothing but a face full of dupes, honey. Just a face full of dupes. So we're going to start off with the bronzer, obviously, because I zoom in real quick and cute like. But yeah. This is the Dior one, and this is the Sephora one. I feel like they look about the same. The undertones might be like that bit of a difference, because I feel like the Sephora one looks a little more neutral, and then the one from Dior looks a little bit more like reddish in undertone. But so I just have two angled brushes. This one is a little bit fuller than that one, but we're going to put Dior on this side and we put Sephora on this side. So, y'all, have you ever been to a track meet in the rain? Because I'm like, man, it is not a joke. I was at a track meet in the rain yesterday, and there was no jokes. I'm glad I had like blankets and coats and everything else, because, you know, I thought they were going to postpone it like they had the first time when it rained. So, I was just like, so you made me come out here for nothing. But they were like, nope, the show must go on since they were already there. So I was like, oh, okay. I guess we staying then. My mom kept talking about, like, is it done yet? Is he done yet? I'm cold. I can't wait to go home and get underneath my blanket and all this. And I'm just like, I think it's just because she wasn't like expecting to have to go, because this one had been like canceled because of rain the first time, and then they said they weren't going to reschedule, but then they ended up rescheduling it, and you know, it was like, surprise, you have to go now. And I was like, what? So, let's take Sephora now. Oh, so it has a perfumey smell to it, like they're trying to be bougie like the other ones. I was interested to see how this was going to look on the skin compared to the Dior one. What y'all thinking? I feel like they look actually pretty similar in tone too, now that it's actually on the skin, because like I'm used to, you know, but the colors look really similar on the skin, which I'm kind of shocked about. Go ahead and rub some down here too. I think I'm just thrown off by the fact that I don't have enough foundation to cover what I'm used to covering, and then the concealer I don't feel like did that much color correcting in addition to concealing. So I'm like, I just feel like all around I wasted money on these two products, and like my face looks naked and I'm not liking it at all. So this. Oh, I was supposed to put on some blush. I think I had, didn't I have? Oh yeah, we're gonna put on a blush from the Hourglass palette, just because, you know, I'm here too, you're here, we're all here. So I kind of want to compare this shade to the shade Joy from what's her name? Selena Gomez's Rare Beauty, just because I'm like, they're both supposed to be shimmery. So I feel like the one from Hourglass is a little bit more pigmented. but I feel like Selena's is definitely more glowy for anyone who cared. So this is Truth, and then this is the one we're gonna put on from Hourglass, just because I only have 2 new blushes, and I want to put this blush on in the next video, so I have a blush for the next video. And I know how to use this face palette, so I could just use the blush in it. So let's put that on real quick. Matter of fact, I'll put the blush on off camera just because the battery's flashing and I need to go get it doing, so I'll be right back. So that's Yum Rum right there, this one. Let me swatch Heart of Gold, because to me they look similar, but I don't know how similar it's gonna be once I actually swatch it. So okay, so this one definitely has a more pinky undertone to it. I thought the Rose Gold one was gonna have more of a pinky undertone to it, which is why I thought they were going to be similar. Mind you, I just opened it up to make sure like it wasn't broken or anything, but no, they're not similar at all. Like, see, this one definitely has more of a pinky hue. See, I expected it to be more like this one, but leaning a little bit deeper rose gold. So to me, this isn't as rose gold I was hoping it is, and I'm kind of like, okay, because I wanted it to be more like the Becca rose gold highlighter, if you have seen those. But okay, it's not giving that, and that's okay. Now I'm gonna take the shade Rich Honey. And that's the one I'm going to compare to the one in the Hourglass palette. Where did I leave that? So here is the Hourglass shade. To me, it's giving a little bit of vibes of this one, since this one isn't pulling as rose gold as I was hoping. But we're going to swatch Rich Honey and see how similar it is to it. Because I feel like Rich Honey is much deeper than that one. Because as you can see, Rich Honey is definitely giving more bronze, and this is giving more champagne shade. And I feel like this one will be easier to compare to this one than Rich Honey, because you'll see a clear distinction between the two, and I'm trying to, you know, not necessarily have that. I wanted to like try to blend together well, because I still have to watch the movies tonight with the same face on, so it's about to be a long day for me, because the movie starts at 7 and it's like 10 in the morning we'll be putting all this stuff on. Okay, so now we decided which one we're going to put on. I'm going to put I'll put the Fenty one on this side, and I'll put the Hourglass one on this side. So with my 2 little brushes, I pulled 2 brushes out that look similar. Oh, how y'all feeling about this new, what do you call it? Milk Cosmetics palette? Because I'm just like, I feel like it looks really similar to some other purple palettes I have. So I feel like y'all already know what time it is and what it's going to be. It's going to be a why you don't need situation, because I'm like, they look the same. I go, why do you need this? You don't need this. Anyway, let me put my highlighter on. Now, I'm going to pick it up like a clown, because I'm me. And I love milk. But like, I'm still going to show that you don't actually need the palette, because it's literally just 2 other purple palettes that's already in my collection that literally look exactly the same that you probably have in your collection too. So like, do we really need it? No, you don't. You don't. I'm trying to make sure I build it up enough, because I feel like their highlighters usually don't last so long. And plus, like, I know I have oily combination skin, so we're going to have to, you know, like, make sure that there's enough on there, because throughout the day, it's going to break up and break away, and I want to see how long to make it last. Plus, I just like to build up my highlighter and make it as bright as possible. So, you know, that's what we're doing. So, I'm going to take the Fenty one and put it on the rest of the face and everywhere else, just because it's the newer of the products, and I want to give it a better idea of where it says. Plus, y'all know I don't really rock with Hourglass, but since they look so similar, I was like, I couldn't resist, like, showing y'all and seeing how similar they're going to be. Oh, see, Fenty already come off, like, shining and popping out of this world and out of this planet, and I didn't even have to pick up that much, so. And y'all see how much I had to build it up, and it's still not giving what it gave when I just picked up the Fenty when I dug into it a little bit. So Fenty already won it for me when it comes to, like, you know, opacity and whatnot, because, you know, she over here shining to the moon and the stars and the heavens above, and, you know, I hardly put on any product. See, look at that. As Teresa did say, I'm like a Shin Man. But, you know, I'm fine with that. Like, I just wish you'd pull more true rose gold, or what I expected the rose gold to look like. That's my only sad part about this. It's like, it's not pulling as rose gold as I wanted it to. As you can see, I'm trying to buff it into, like, calm it down a little bit because it's giving so much more than the other one. So I'm just like, it's very obvious who's getting the more brighter beaming, which is what I expected from Miss Rihanna. You know, I expected her to have the bright beaming highlighter, and she did not let me down. I mean, she didn't let me down at all. I'm here for it. It's giving. I'm living. This definitely brightened up my mood because, like, I was feeling down about the fact that the foundation and the concealer aren't doing any of what I want them to do. I mean, like, nothing. They're not giving any of what I wanted, asked for, planned on receiving. None of it. They're not doing any of that. So this definitely brightened my spirits. Having this highlighter on here that's beaming to the high heavens. So when I try this out with my actual, you know, normal foundations that actually give me coverage like I need, I feel like I'm gonna love it even more. And I'm loving it now. So just so we're clear, I am loving it now. I'm just gonna love it more once I have it with the foundations that actually like full coverage and not, you know, half-assing it. Okay, so I had to take the top off that. Sorry. Trying to get the setting sprays together before I start on the lip product. I'm excited about the lip product too because I'm like, honey, if we found a dupe for that. Now I don't expect either one of them to last that long just because, you know, they're just lip products. So I don't expect them to last long. It's just more of, are the formulas going to be the same and the coloring going to be the same for, you know, what you get. That's my whole issue with this. So I'm going to take this and try to just do this side of my face. Okay, so 3 sprays of each one is what we're gonna do. Press it in. Y'all know how to get down, so I'll try to take half here. So first I did with this way on this side, I'm gonna turn the sponge to this side when we put on the e.l.f. one, so that way you didn't say I use the same product. I remember liking this when I did try it the first time. So if e.l.f. made you a $10 dupe, honey, you should tell the Lord thank you. Okay, so on to the opposite side now. Let's see how it sprays out. Okay. Okay, so this one is a lighter mist than the one from Milk. I feel like the Milk one was a little bit more impactful, if you will. That's just something to keep in mind. It was more impactful and it did feel like it went on heavier onto the skin. So I don't know if that's going to make a difference as far as that goes. Also, the thing I have experienced when it comes to their sprayers is after a while the thing gets jammed and it doesn't want to spray the product anymore. When that mint green one that they have right now, I think it's called All Self-Setting or something like that. That one, after a while, like, it got stuck. I don't know if it was like the product was building up into the pump or whatever happened, but mine wouldn't spray out anymore. So that's just something you have to keep in mind with these. I'm hoping they fix that with those and you don't have that issue with this one, because if you want a good dupe, I'm hoping it will like actually spray out, because if it doesn't spray out, it can be a good dupe, but if it doesn't come out of the container, it doesn't really help me now, does it? So that's just something to keep in mind with this. I'm not trying to down e.l.f. in any way. It's just that is something I did notice when using their setting spray. I had that issue. Now, I didn't have that issue with this setting spray, so that's what's making me think it has something to do with the formula and that the component they put it in wasn't be able to spray it through after a while, because it was getting clogged by you having used it so many times. After a certain amount of time, if the pump just stopped working, I don't know, but that is something I experienced, and I wanted to make sure I had made that known to you all so you would know. Like, I did have issues with it. On to the lips. The next exciting thing for me. I'm so excited about using these lip products, y'all. I'm telling you, because, honey, if I found you a $5 dupe to a $50 lipstick, y'all don't know. Y'all just don't know how excited I'll be. This is Chocolate from LA Girl. So let's look at these lipsticks and do swatch comparisons before I start. I want to do this in store, but all of them were like, you know, used, and I couldn't find when I actually wanted to buy, and I didn't want to just be in store being a ghetto person swatching stuff. But somebody else had already swatched it. In all fairness, I still just didn't want to be that person, so I was like, I'm not gonna be that person. I'm gonna just wait till they ship it to me, and then I was like, swatch it. So perfume scent to it, I don't know, but here's what the colors look like. So as you can see, this is the Westman Atelier and this is Essence. So the Essence one is deeper in tone than the Westman Atelier, just something to keep in mind. But you know, again, if it's gonna be the same formula and it's only $5, you could put a brighter peach gloss over it and make that work for you. So that's what I'm personally gonna do if it is a better deal, because honey. So this is what the Westman Atelier side looks like. I love the color, but this actually seems to be quite creamy considering it's supposed to be, you know, like matte. I'm assuming it's supposed to dry down to more matte, because I told y'all they said it was a lip suede matte. So I don't know if it's supposed to be more like a satin matte type vibe, and that's what she means by lip suede. But we'll go over to this Essence one now. And it definitely has a fruity smell to it. So this is what they look like side by side. I can definitely tell you right now, the Westman Atelier one has a much creamier formula, and it's going to be a brighter peachy shade. I feel like this is more of like a deeper peachy shade from Essence, so that's just something to keep in mind. But again, I told y'all, like, when it comes to them, when they do their marketing, I feel like they always have it looking like it's gonna be a different color than it actually is, and then you get it, it's totally different than the color that they show in their pictures. So that's the thing I hate about buying their lipsticks online, which is why I like to go in store and look for them, because I'm like, it doesn't ever look the way they have it in the picture, or else I wouldn't have tried to do this to begin with, because that's like, you can clearly see the colors are off. This one is giving more opacity, but again, for $50 you need to be giving more opacity. The formulas are different as well. Like, I can definitely tell that the one from Essence is a thinner formula of lipstick, and it's not as opaque. So that's just something to keep in mind if you want a similar like consistency. This isn't going to be it for you, and as you can see, it's not a similar color either. So we'll still see how they wear throughout the day though, since they're both supposed to be hydro matte. It just depends on which one moves around the most and stuff like that, because to me that's more important than, you know, necessarily opacity, because it's like I can throw, you can get an Essence lip gloss and put it on top, and that's $10 as opposed to $50, you know. So we'll see how it goes, but this is the finished face. Remember, this is the, well, I mean, it's hard not to forget that Rihanna came up with this. We all know she likes a glowy highlighter, so I feel like it's obvious that this is the side with Rihanna's highlighter. But remember, this is the side with the Sephora bronzer on it as well. We have the Dior bronzer here, we have the Hourglass highlighter here, and we have the Hydro Grip Original here, and then the Hydro Grip Dupe on this side. So this is what we're working with right now, and I will talk to you later. Okay, y'all? Okay. Okay, y'all have returned. It is the end of the night, and this is what we're working with, girl. So as you can see, we're looking oily. Not as oily as we could. As y'all know, the lights always make me look more oily than I actually am. I was sitting in the living room watching TV with my mom. But yeah, so this is what the face is looking like. This eye look you all will see tomorrow, actually Sunday. I know you're not gonna see this video till probably sometime next week, but you'll see this eye look Sunday. This is a why you don't need video. But yeah, so this is what the face is looking like. If you all remember, Miss Fenty is on this side, and then Jesus, and then Hourglass is on this side. So I think the things wore actually quite well. I'm liking the way they're looking on both sides. I do feel like the Fenty side looks oilier, but because the highlighter was shinier on that side to start off with, I'm assuming that's why the majority of this side of the face looks shiny. Because remember, this is where we put Fenty on in the middle and on the side, and you notice this one isn't looking as shiny, but the highlighter inside start off as shiny. I feel like it held up pretty well though. I feel like you can still see the highlighter, you can still see blush on both sides, which I'm very impressed with. I'm not a fan of this complexion product, but in all fairness, I told y'all I wasn't really feeling it because of the coverage, or lack thereof, I should say. The under eye stuff worked out better than I expected to, so I think I'm gonna keep that, but I'm still debating on if I want to return this or not. I'm kind of thinking about just mixing it with the one from, who do you call it? What are people? I'm thinking about mixing the one from Elf, you know, the hydrating dupe for what is it, It Cosmetics. I'm thinking about just sending it, mixing it with that and seeing how that goes. So I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow, and then I'll let me know how I feel about it. The lip, it held up pretty well. I feel like the Westman Atelier side wore off quicker than the affordable side, believe it or not. But remember, I told you all the texture was more creamy on it when we started off, so that explains why. Otherwise, I don't think we made anything else. Oh, so believe it or not, I feel like the side for Elf is shinier than the Hydro Grip one. So I feel like Hydro Grip works a little bit better, but again, it costs more, so it should work better. But I think this one did pretty good. But then again, like I said, because the highlighter was super glowy over here, it might look more oily on this side than it does on this side. Not to mention, I didn't use a mattifying powder underneath the eyes. Like Laura Mercier isn't necessarily supposed to mattify the skin, so that's something to keep in mind as well. But I'll keep y'all updated on that setting spray in a complexion corner, of course. And I'll probably just wear it on its own tomorrow, now that we've tried the side by side with the what is it, Hydro Grip up against the Elf. But those are my thoughts on all the products on my face, girl. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. Make sure you subscribe. Oh wait, no, we didn't talk about the bronzer, child. So remember, this is the Sephora side, and then this is the Dior side. I feel like the Dior one didn't build up as much as the Sephora did to begin with, so that explains why there's more on the Dior side, I mean on the Sephora side, in my personal opinion, than the Dior side. And although the color looked deeper in the pan, they actually looked pretty spot on. So they're giving similar vibes to me. I'm not gonna say they're identical, if you will, but I will say they're giving similar vibes. They're giving similar shade ranges too, so still, how you feel about that, I don't know. But yeah, those are my thoughts on all the products I tried on my face today. I'm done for real now. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. Make sure you subscribe. My membership is down below if you're interested. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.